So this piece is called A Body Out of Words, and this piece was born in 3 parts, which I shall present to you. The second, which is more dreamy than the first. I realize I cannot build a body out of words, but if I could, I would go to the water, draw it up with a golden bowl, ask them to be your heart. I will ask for the strings of the most resilient guitar, tie them up together to make your tongue. Ask the instrument maker for his finest wood, and make your lips. Ask for a blueprint of the solar system, and make your vision. Go to the rays of the sun, and make it your reach. I drag all the pieces in the prayer to heaven, and ask God to breathe into it. Here is the first, which is more practical than the second. I cannot build a body out of words, but if I could, I would build arms that could wrap around me, with eyes that smiled every time I walked in, every single time, even when its jaws clenched, or its cheeks swelled into fissures, and its forehead folded into a scold. I would carve these inscriptions into its soul. Lend your chest as a shield. Learn the ways of sponges and brooms, and teach them to your palms as a shield. Learn the ways of sponges on her temples. Soak every tear like it was an urgent prayer that you'd vowed to deliver. Worry that with every drop of it, a piece of her would disappear. End of inscription. On days like this, and nights like that, I realize end of inscription. I cannot build a body out of words, but I can learn to pull this poem closer to my chest and write memories for you, of you, and every time I read this out loud, I'd give you life and eyes, and someday I'd write a book just so I could give this imaginary you a voice too. And in this book, I will build eyes that love endlessly, even when every other part disagrees. Here is the third. I realize, and I might be wrong, that it doesn't matter if your eyes are not the stars, and your vision is something smaller than the solar system, and your breath does not feel like the wind, and holding your hand does not feel like standing by a bonfire, and your tongue made out of an old withering tree. For if your love be potent, then we could just be. The sun will be there when I need it, and so will the stars, the wind, and the solar system. And sometimes we can make real bonfires, and we can ask the one with the best string to come play for us. And if we cannot afford any of this, surely you will come home sometimes to find me puffy-eyed, catch me sneaking out at night time to commune with the skylights. But I could learn to love smaller things, things smaller than the sun and the moon, things a bit smaller like you. I cannot build a body out of words, but here are my prescriptions for whenever I find you, or you me. Do not build me a grave out of this ribcage. Do not be the coffin.